Dear CEOs and industry leaders, you are most graciously welcome to Akulmac Business Bunker. This is a forum where you are able to showcase your products to the masses, to the investor, to the prospects, and to your client. And if you want to promote your company and yourself, you have landed at the right place. Before we continue, do like and subscribe our channel. Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmac Business Bunker. And, let's dive into our interesting discussion that we have lined up today. Today, we are discussing about AI. And as you know, that AI is a very hot topic. And I think it's going to be very interesting discussion. You can actually engage with us. Your messages will display right on the screen, and we can take up your messages and reply to you. And as you can see, the messages are playing right now. So we are live across all social media platforms. So whichever part of the world, whichever social media you're watching us, you can send us your messages, and you can also get engaged with us by logging in using the link which is given in the description below, also in the message box. So there is a special link which you can click and join this particular forum, which is live right now with your camera and microphone. Now, let me start by giving you a little feedback about what is a good Mac Business Bunker. We are basically a B2B, B2C online forum. It's a weekly forum where we come together every week, bring all the leaders together so that they can network with them within each other. And while this networking is going on, the entire session is streamed live on all social media. So if in case there are some interested parties, interested people who wants to know more about that particular product or services, they can directly reach out using the chat function here, or they can reach out using the link provided in the message box, and there could be conversation. So in nutshell, we actually promote business to business conversation live right in front of you every week, India time 2:30 to 3:30. So let us begin our show today. And our guest is Kanchan Verma, and she is joining us from Delhi. So welcome, Kanchan. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm fine, and it's lovely to be part of this show. And I look forward for a very interesting discussion since the topic is very good and it's very close to my heart.
Right, Kanchan, you can also give your elevate page so that people know exactly what is your company and what work you do, how your company can help others.
I'm representing Akulmac Technologies. We are into branding. We provide a platform across social media to reach out to the clients and for their product and services. We have a robust platform. So I would like to invite people to use our platform and reach out to their clients.
Great. So let us begin our discussion. And first of all, I like to thank you for participating in this discussion. And this discussion was about how we can actually take the AI or increase the AI into India. I mean, that was a question, but it is just India, but India is such a large country. 25% of the world population reside in India. This question can be very easily extended globally. How to make sure that everybody actually learns AI and then take us to the next level in future. And we conducted the survey. Survey results are have come up. This was a 1 week survey that we conducted, and the question was, what is the best way to promote artificial intelligence in India? And the three options were, actually there were four options: teach AI in school, fund research groups, or introduce a specialized graduation in AI specifically. Well, majority of the people said, almost 56% people said yes, all of the above. It means we have started teaching AI from the school level and all the way to university level. And then at the same time, we have to also fund the research groups. So I think I will keep coming back to this interesting result. We can keep playing this particular chart again also. Um, since we are talking about AI, Kanchan, why we need AI? I mean, I think that's a basic question, and that's my first question. What is your opinion? Why we need AI, and why we cannot, live without an AI in future? Your opinion, Kanchan?
Well, I feel that there are many things which will not be possible if we are not into AI, because that also globally also there are many threats which we can overcome with AI. Now, so for example, now we are already dealing with e-education, pharmacy. There are so many government functionals which are being done using AI. So I really feel that AI, cyber data, and robotics, this is the future, because they can help mankind to develop to reach to heights. So even Indian government is already spending too much of money, and they have allocated a substantial amount of money in the promotion of AI, because they themselves are using in e-governance and e-banking. So when we are already, there's lot, everybody in India is using internet. So once you are on internet and you are already connected with the world, so I think AI we really need to get a good feel and to work in a less time. So this is something which I really look forward.
Well, I fully agree with you, Kanchan, and I like to add 2 cents from my side. You see, what is happening is there are a lot of repetitive work that humans are doing. In fact, about 20 years back, that used to be a career. You continue build your career or find a job to do repetitive work. So I think now there is a need to get out of those repetitive work and let the machines handle those repetitive work. And once that happens, then there will be more time, more freedom available to humans to be more creative. So I think there is a need to adapt AI because of these repetitive work, time consuming work, which can be taken over by AI. And it is not only the manufacturing, it also applies to softwares or even website. There are certain things which websites are doing uh, in e-commerce. You need AI, and I think if there is no AI, then the education will be much more difficult. We cannot continue what we were doing in the last century. We have to progress to a much more uh, advanced way of learning, whether it is simple education, elementary education, also going all the way to engineering, and also going up to becoming a doctor. So and also now we are using the medium, using the video platform. So your training institute can be located in, say for example, in right now, there were a lot of students who returned from Ukraine to India, but they are still studying online, and they are all doctors. They were studying in Ukraine to become a doctor, and they continue to study from India using online mechanism, and universities are providing online. So I think that is going to become a reality. So if you're going online, how you can actually add practical experience or practical examination, I think the need to do that is to basically have a AI engine which will create practicals for the students. Similarly in office environment, so I think there is no choice. We have to move on to AI. Now let's go back to the survey that we conducted. How do we penetrate the market? How do we promote these AIs? And people said that start teaching AI in school. So Kanchan, what do you think, how easy it is to start teaching AI at school level? What is your opinion?
I feel that India people are already little way ahead when we are talking about AI, because we are already using face recognition. We are already utilizing AI into criminal investigation. We are also using it in students online surveys. So there are many things which we are doing. Even the Tiger Reserve also we are using AI. Now, when we are talking about using or studying AI in schools, so NCRT is already working on it, and there's a National Research Foundation. They are already making policies to introduce AI. So. They have already finalized the curriculum when we are talking about NCRT. So it is not at all difficult to really incorporate AI into the system, into the education system. And if we have a good curriculum and easy to understand for children, I think this is where we should work towards, because including basic curriculum of AI is very very necessary, and NCRT and Indian other institutions are working towards it. So I feel we are with the sync with the time, and we are working towards introduction of new technologies in our lives.
Okay, so you're saying that the NCRT is very seriously thinking about bringing a course at the school level where people start learning AI. And I think, in my opinion, there are two. AI is slightly different from the normal software programming, because AI is a learning based software. Because AI basically, that's why we call it artificial intelligence, because it learns based on its experience. And that is why the programmer who is actually designing an AI, he is actually doing it so that this AI program or AI system becomes independent, does not require any monitoring once it is deployed. So if people start learning AI, do you think the concept of that AI, first of all, there are a lot of concepts that the students need to learn at school level, like mathematics, chemistry, physics, history, geography, etc. Do you think that in today's generation, the AI concepts will be easily understood by the young students who are at the school level? What is your opinion on that?
Well, I don't think there any problem in learning of AI concepts, because first of all, the NCRT is introducing only the basic aspect of the AI. Now, if you really see young children, even the school going children, they are already accustomed of using mobile. They are using internet. They know some nitty gritty how to do, and in their own curriculum there are software which they are using, something like which required designing and doing a mobile application. They are already learning in school, and when the introduction of AI is done, so I don't think so it will be difficult for student. In fact, they will enjoy it. So I really feel I vote for this kind of initiative which is being taken by Indian government.
Okay, so once the student learn AI at young age, uh, I'm sure they will become very smart programmers by the time they reach adulthood, like 18 or 20 years. At very young age, they start developing the AI programs for various walks of life, uh, for various requirement, etc. So if that happens, what do you think will be the impact on the global economy? Or they, if suppose Indian people does do that, youngsters, will it improve the future economy? What is your opinion?
Definitely, it will increase the future economy because there will be a lot of employment and there will be shrinking of gaps of skilled people who are required to do certain things which are included in AI. So I think the economy, the impact, especially for India, I think this is a very good move by people and by the government to introduce this new skill in the curriculum, because by the time they will pass out they will have lot of opportunities in terms of robotics, in terms of artificial intelligence, big data collection. So all these are few things which will be coming, and we have to tackle this through new technology learning.
I also like to share my thoughts with the viewers, and that is that if the AI is adapted by India at right now, then the young population of India will actually create a revolution, because it is similar to what happens during the computerization in way back in 90s. Because India today is known as world leader, global leader in computerization. Anything which starts even from Windows to anything, it is actually done by Indians, whether they are in India or whether they are in United States or any other country. In fact, a lot of automation with regard to your car automation also is designed within India. And if you look at companies like Ford or Chevrolet, they use these Indian systems, Indian design systems, to automate their cars. So, like, if we actually succeed in introducing an AI based system at school level, then by the time young population comes out, they will be very smart, because they will start churning out these AI programs immediately. And that will be the time, I personally believe, that India will be able to create a global phenomena in terms of providing a new type of AI systems. So, AI of today or tomorrow will replace the computerization of 90s, and then again, India will emerge as a global leader. Don't you think so, Kanchan? Your opinion on this?
Yes, definitely, because I mean, this is a next level. This is a next step, because we are already when we talk about India, we are already Indian people are very advanced when we are talking about programming, when we are doing internet related skills. So they are hired by big companies. Now, when we are talking about AI also, then I think India will lead in AI in coming years, and there are many policy related policies are being introduced by government, because government also looking forward for this kind of skill for people to come, and they want to give them that kind of platform so that they can boost the economy, they can boost the young generations profile and motivate them to do good work. So AI is one thing which really help people to achieve next level, and economy, definitely economy will rise, and we are working towards that.
And I also feel that the future belongs to those, that country, who has the best AI engines running or best AI skills available. So I think that is why this subject is so important. I mean, it's we are discussing today in our forum, but then I think it offers a lot of opportunities right now in training, because if there are entrepreneurs who wants to start some training institute, then this is an opportunity to start getting into that space. This is the right time to get into that space. But I think the future belongs to that country which will have the highest number of AI programmers. Don't you think so, Kanchan?
Definitely, because even today also we are using AI in our day-to-day, like biometrics or facial recognitions, and e-banking, e-education. There are operations which are being done remotely. I have heard this. So we are already into that segment. But the thing is, sometimes we really don't realize that we are learning new things, and they belong to the sphere of AI. So and when government and as Indian, we talk about digital India. So AI really plays a vital role in converting everything digitally, because e-payments are there, and government is also working towards providing uh, income tax related through internet. There's no human intervention. So all this is a part of AI, and I think that will create a robust system. And as you rightly said, the country who will lead in the world will be that country who will be first, or who is flag runner of AI decisions, yeah, policies and technologies.
There is one more information I just want to share with you as well as with viewers, is that the first government, state government in India, is the MP government, Madhya Pradesh government, which is a central province in India. They have already started a AI course from level ninth onwards. So from there, in their state, the curriculum will carry the AI, because I think they might have done some study that by the time students reach ninth standard, they have adequate knowledge about maths and science and universe, and the students are already using the online medium to study for last 2 years. So they are quite well versed with online and how to browse things, how to Google this, how to create Minecraft games, etc. So a lot of orientation is there. So by the time they reach ninth standard, there is a lot of uh, intellect the students already have. So MP government is already onto it. I am only hoping that other governments, there are 29 states in India, they will take the cue and start something of that sort. Now let's come back to the subject. See, AI, along with AI, there are a lot of enthusiasm among the Indians, especially, and I'm sure among the young population of the world, about two things. One is robotics, and second is the space exploration. So, when it comes to robotics, from your point of view, what is the role AI plays? Or can we have only robotics? Because I think robots are not new. They have been there for last 30, 40 years and in manufacturing industry. But with AI, how robotics will, leapfrog into a next level? Kanchan, your point of view on this?
Well, I think that will play a vital role when we are talking about the manufacturing industry, because then we have robots who are working those work which require a very less human intervention. So that workforce can be used somewhere else, and which yield a very productive outcome. So that is one. Another part of robotics is maybe in households where we require few things to be done, like help, and it's already there. One of the robotics which I've seen on television, they have robots who can do small things. Even if you go forward, you can find out robots doing cleaning in the house. So that is one aspect which we can include robots. But yes, manufacturing, I think it's one of the sector where we require robot to do some specialized work where the human intervention is not required.
And also there could be some areas which are hazardous, so there the robots can function, and if they are powered with AI, then they will be able to take decisions. So pretty much what we see in science fiction movies, I think the with AI and robots combined, that kind of reality can be made real in the sense. And young people, if they actually get into AI programming and robotics, because I think there's a lot of enthusiasm about robotics and AI, especially in India, young generation. And the second one is about the space exploration, because if you know, we are in India, but then there are some 3 to 4 space agencies which are taking new strides and trying to do something extraordinary, because people say that space is the next frontier. And in India, ISRO is the third largest space agency today. So in fact, they have a lot of plans also. So what is your opinion, Kanchan? I mean, I would like to know really what impact AI will make, especially in terms of opening opportunities for Indians when it comes to space exploration.
It is a known fact that you, if you really want to travel to planets, you can't go in with your physical bodies, because if you want to travel and go out of the solar system, it requires a lot of years where you will may not survive in this space travel. So here there's an important part which is has to be played by robots, and which has to be played by AI also, because we can see the space and new findings in the space through the input which is being given by robots, and which are combined with the artificial intelligence. So this we may have touch and feel kind of impact also sitting on earth. So that is something, area which really requires artificial intelligence and robotics to work, because now, as you said, I just mentioned that now the next frontier is space. We have to go out and seek new places in the space, and we are working towards, as a mankind, we are working towards, we are planning to set a base on Mars. So if we have to go beyond that, we want to know more about the space, because we have to know about the space. We are so excited, and we are so working towards finding new things and how they can help us. So here I think that is one place where we feel that AI and robotics are very much required. There's no substitute of robot or artificial intelligence when we are talking about space exploration.
Well, in the current space exploration arena, if you look at number one agency is NASA, which is a American agency, and 50% of the population, 50% of the staff, whether permanent or on temporary staff, are Indians basically, either Indians or Indian origin. So I think ISRO has started a lot of these innovative programs where youngsters can get associated with them in their different programs. And there are some job opportunities also being offered either directly by ISRO and also under their partners. And what I've heard is there are at least 200 to 250 partners who are making different parts for the space programs. And this year, this is at we are in 2022. There are 3 to 4 flights being organized by ISRO. Very very important flights are there. There is Gaganyaan, there is Shukrayaan, and there are others also which are lined up. Uh, I think we have come to the end of our discussion today, but I don't think we can leave and just finish if we don't talk about metaverse, because there is so much conversation about metaverse. You know, Facebook has changed their name to Meta, and even before that, there was a lot of games which were talking about Meta. Basically, you create your parallel metaverse in IT space. Uh, what is your opinion? I think this is now we are shifting from education to gaming, but gaming is going to become a major part of our life in future. So your last thought, last comment on this one, how you see metaverse taking shape in future, and what impact metaverse will have on our lives?
The biggest impact which I can see is due to the COVID, and we suffered COVID. We are living at home, and here metaverse really plays a vital role, because in case if we are at home and we want to know. what's happening around us. And if we want to, like you mentioned, there's gaming which already taken by metaverse, so that is fine. But suppose if we want to travel, but we want to find the place, details about the places, or we want to taste something different, or we want to reach out to a retail outlet and want to have a touch and feel of the product, sit at home. So I think where we meta really plays a vital role. And by doing this, we can order either physical or on online, whatever your desire, the product or the services. So the finest part is that you can have touch and feel of a product, and then you can order like as if you are visiting any mall. So that is something which is very much required when we all are maintaining social distancing due to COVID. And maybe in coming years, we may, as a humankind, we may face more virus, and that may require us to stay at home and disconnected physically with other people. So I think here metaverse is required, and that also is included with AI and other technologies. I think it is where we should work, and we should take up these technologies and learn these technologies. It's not only schools, but as adult also we should learn about that.
So, Kanchan, it was a very interesting discussion. I think we shared a lot of information. We were just touching the tip of the iceberg. There is more to it, but I think there are a lot of opportunities. So much for joining us today, and giving your views to us. Those are
It
very
is pleasure.
valuable. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it is pleasure, and it was a very good discussion. We look forward for some another discussion in coming weeks. Bye bye.
Same here. Bye bye. So, viewers, you must have enjoyed the discussion today. But I think the whole point of this discussion is to basically go out and explore opportunities where the MP government has started their AI courses from ninth class onwards. Please see if you are an MP and if you want to start your career in AI. I think that is a good opportunity for you, and you can be a good AI programmer. There could be opportunities for you in robotics, in space exploration, also in online medium like retail, etc. So I think in nutshell, if we want to succeed, if we want to compete with China, you should get into AI. If you have the aptitude, if you really think that is a field for you, get into AI. That is the strongest point that we would like to drive. So thank you so much for watching, and we will meet you in the next edition of Akulmak Business Bunker, same time next Friday. Until then, have a good week. Bye bye for today.